Welcome to Tutor Plus IB English. I'm Dexter Haywood, an IB English tutor, examiner, and workshop leader. When examiners read your paper 1, the very first line of each paragraph sets the tone for everything that follows. A strong topic sentence guides your analysis, where a weak one really makes the paragraph fight for that clarity. So today, we're going to make sure that your topic sentences give you the control that you need right from the start. This is how to write topic sentences for IB English Paper 1, using a method that you can use for any commentary or any text. So normally, if your paragraph feels unfocused, the problem usually starts in that first line, and that's what we're going to change. So a topic sentence doesn't need to be long, doesn't need to be complicated. It just needs to do 3 things: state the idea, signal how the writer develops it, and point to the significance of the idea. And when you begin with meaning, that paragraph has direction. When you begin with plot or direction, a description or analysis right from that word go, then the paragraph has to fight to find its focus later, which is why the topic sentences matter. They make the rest of the paragraph easier to write and much easier to reward. So let's break down the 3 parts that make a topic sentence clear and effective. Firstly, we've got the interpretive idea, a good idea, a capturing idea. Let's start with the meaning, what the paragraph will explore, not what happens, but what it reveals. For example, the text presents the narrator as increasingly defensive is an idea. Then we move into a method cue, which is to signal how the writer shapes this idea. And just one cue for your topic sentence is enough. Too many, and you start cluttering your paragraph. So we have examples through tightening clip syntax, through selective, emotionally charged imagery, or through a shift into a cooler, more detached tone. And you see how they're focusing on only one thing, but there's a collective to them. And then lastly, we need a direction of significance. You need to guide the examiner towards the insight that you will develop, such as revealing the pressure beneath their controlled voice, or suggesting the uncertainty behind their confidence. You see how it takes direction and how the paragraph really moves it. If the sentence doesn't point anywhere, then the paragraph won't either. So now let's see how this structure works inside an actual paper 1 paragraph. So in paper 1, your job is to explain how this meaning is constructed. And your topic sentence should reflect that, with the meaning first and the method second. So a weak example might look like the writer uses repetition. It's very descriptive, it's very explanatory. Where a stronger version, with the writer builds a rising sense of urgency through tightly repeated phrases that quicken the rhythm of the passage. Here, you're not moving into analysis, you're not moving into description, but you're leading the way into what it is you're going to talk about in the paragraph. So the topic sentence here already states the idea with the urgency. It signals the method with the repetition that takes shape. And it gives direction in how the tension increases. So the paragraph now has a clear starting point. We know where it's going to go. So this topic sentence is your promise. Your paragraph needs to keep it. It's your promise to the examiner on what's going to happen and what you're going to look into. And remember, if you're finding this helpful, feel free to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss the next IB English guide. I'll see you there. So let's walk through the process of building a topic sentence ourselves. So we have a walkthrough with 1, looking into imagery and emotional instability. So our idea, the first step, the text portrays the speaker as emotionally unsettled. It's an idea. Step 2, the method, through stark contrast in imagery, what we're going to look into. And then through the significance, highlighting the instability beneath their shifting perspectives. It really walks us into what we're going to look into. So complete, the text portrays the speaker as emotionally unsettled through stark contrast in imagery, highlighting the instability beneath their shifting perspectives. Or another example, just to really solidify this and drive it home. So again, our idea. The passage gradually reveals the speaker's rising frustration. Our idea. Again, our method, through increasingly abrupt sentence breaks. The method. And the significance, which interrupt the flow and mirror their growing importance. We have the significance. And it leads into what you're going to talk about. So the full sentence, the passage gradually reveals the speaker's rising frustration through increasingly abrupt sentence breaks, which interrupt the flow and mirror their growing impatience. See how it all moves together and joins together? So you see here, if you can explain the idea, the method, and the significance, you already had a solid topic sentence that will lead the way into your paragraph. Now let's look at some of the habits that weaken topic sentences, because avoiding these will make your analysis much clearer instantly. So the common pitfalls, if you will. Firstly, starting with a device. This is not an idea, it's not an aim. So if you start with the writer uses metaphor, it leads straight into listing, another no-no. Or starting with a plot. In this part, the narrator walks into the park, da-da-da. Again, it's not an idea. It's not describing what we're going to do. It's just describing what happens in the text. And likewise, stating a theme. If the paragraph is about fear, as an example, it's too broad to really guide our analysis. And likewise, we don't want to be too vague. The tone shifts. It doesn't give an examiner anything interpretive, anything to look for. We don't know how it's going to change or what those changes do. So you need to start with the idea, then add a method cue, then guide the significance. And if your topic sentence starts with a device or a plot point, restart it. Go back to that idea and start with your idea. So then we look at how we can improve this from a not very good example to a much better example. So our worst example, the writer uses imagery in this paragraph. Very simplistic, very descriptive. To one that's getting a bit better, the writer uses imagery to create emotion. So beginning in the direction, we know what the writer is doing, we still don't know why. And then our best example, the writer heightens the emotional tension through vivid, clearly focused imagery that exposes the narrator's growing discomforts. So here we have the idea, the emotional tension, the methods through the vivid, through the closely focused imagery, and then through the significance that exposes the narrator's growing discomforts. But if your topic sentence could fit any paragraph, it doesn't fit any paragraph. It becomes too broad. You need it to focus on the one you're looking at. But a good topic sentence doesn't just introduce this idea, it organizes everything that follows. It really helps your paragraph to flow. So remember, once you've set the idea, you explain the method, you analyze its effect, and you keep linking back to that essential insight. And remember that a strong first line really turns the paragraph into a sequence that connected steps rather than just scattered observations. So begin each paragraph with a topic sentence that states the idea, which cues the methods, and it points to the insight you're going to explore. 3 points. And this keeps your commentary clearer, more focused, and much easier for an examiner to follow. Now, if you'd like to practice writing topic sentences with me, or you want feedback on some you've already written, or feedback on other elements of Paper 1 commentary, you can book a session with me, Dexter Haywood, or another Tutors Plus IB English specialist. And if this guide helped, feel free to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.